everyone. This is Political Paradigm, and I'm Terry Ikumi. Now, last week, I spoke with the former national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Chief Victor Oye. We talked about the forthcoming November 8 Anambra election and what it holds for his party. Well, this week, we're staying with the Anambra election and speaking with two of the opposition parties in that election, the APC and the NNPP. My first chat is with the deputy governorship candidate of the APC, Senator Uche Kunife, who's been in the eye of the storm lately. She responds to allegations of a fake PhD, reactions from allegations made against Governor Chukwuma Soludo. She goes on to speak on governance in Anambra State under Soludo and what her party intends to do differently. Senator Kunife, welcome to Political Paradigm, and thank you very much for finding time to speak with us.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to start this interview the way I started with the former Abga National Chairman with regard to the state of things in Anambra State. I spoke with Senator Chief Victor Oye, basically to find out what exactly the mood of the people is in Anambra State just ahead of the election. It's less than 2 months of the election. Right. So what exactly is the mood of the people of Anambra State as they prepare towards the election?
In Anambra State, it's quite tensed. It is tensed in the sense that all political parties are working very hard to win the votes of Anambrans. APC, the party we are running under, is also working very hard, assiduously, to ensure that they get the trust of Anambrans. This is actually the first time people are embracing APC, people are accepting APC, and people are working very hard to see a change in the system. And APCA has been there for over 22 years, and people are looking forward to change. They want to see something different. And in life, there's always this compare and contrast. When you continue in one process and another without, testing another set of people, it will be difficult for you to actually appraise the performance of a particular political party. I think the APCA has overstayed in Anambra State. This is time for Anambrans to embrace another party, embrace another people, to also compare what they've been getting and what they can get if another party comes on board. I think the feelings are there that they're looking towards a change.
All right, so we will talk about why this change, why you think this change is needed, and how much you believe it will happen. But let's get some things out the way. You talked about the tense situation in Anambra State. Some say that there are concerns now as to deteriorating security situation in the state because of the election, and some say it's the politicians that are heating up the polity. You've also been in the eye of the storm. I dare say you still are in the eye of the storm because of some of the comments you made about the governor. He had said some things that are unfavorable to you as well, but you've said some things that many consider to be crossing the line. Do you still hold on to those things, or do you have any regrets?
Well, the moment I was announced as the deputy governorship candidate of APC, governor's media aides went too far, castigating me, maligning me, trying to destroy my reputation all overnight. I thought that the governor should have called them to order, but he never did. And unfortunately, I saw him on live television trying to question my credentials. Not only that he's my governor, he's also a friend and a brother. I mean, who knows me and is aware that I had my first degree in University of Calabar. He's aware too that I went to UNIZIC. I had my PGD in UNIZIC. I had my master's in UNIZIC. I had my PhD in Atlantic University in America. So it's not as if he's not aware that I had this qualification. So for him to come over the live television to malign my personality and question the credibility of my credentials, I mean, I felt that was too much for me. And out of anger, of course, I needed to respond to those allegations of especially my credentials, having worked in the bank as a bank manager, as a area manager in the bank, as head private sector in the bank, and also two-time member House of Representatives, two-time senator. So seeing that, I mean, I am not just an ordinary person on the road to bear that. And I felt I should be able to clear my name on that. Probably in the course of doing that, I went overboard by saying all those things, especially when it borders on governor's hygiene and all of that. I mean, to that, of course, that particular thing about his personal hygiene, of course, I had regrets, and I truly sorry for that.
Perhaps let's get your reaction also to this tape alleging that you brought his wife into politics. Some have said that you went too far. So I'm just going to ask you.
Honestly, in the video that I talked about my credentials, I mentioned about the governor. I don't think you heard anything about the wife. So I wouldn't want to discuss that. The wife is not in this contest. As far as I'm concerned, and there's no point discussing about her.
So you did not say anything about
I did not.
wife.
I said nothing about her. Yeah.
Oh, great. So on the other issue of your credentials, some have said that if you are accused of something, that you probably present evidence to show that you really do have that certificate. Others are saying that you're using diversionary tactics.
I published all my certificates, all from beginning to the end. I published my first degree, and of course, University of Calabar is there. I published my second degree, Nandasco University is there. I published my even PhD, postgraduate diploma in marketing. This is there. I published my Atlantic University PhD certificate. This is there. And they're no longer talking about, getting a forged certificate. They're not talking about accreditation. I mean, these are internal processes of the university, which, of course, they were accredited, but it is actually the internal process of the university. Far remains, when you're talking about fake or forgery, you talk about originality of the article. If I come to buy this phone from you, I bought the phone from you. The originality is not in question. Whether the phone has to go through processes before it starts selling is entirely the business of the seller. I mean, it has nothing to do with me. So nobody can question the originality of all my certificates. And it is actually very unfortunate that all those issues are coming up, considering where I'm coming from.
You know why some people have raised that issue is that if you recall the situation in Anambra and Bayelsa State in the governorship election there with the deputy governorship candidate, Lawrence Orujakbo, whose NYC certificate turned out to be fake, and he was eventually disqualified, and his governorship
that one is a different matter altogether. That one, NYC said they didn't issue. The university couldn't have said they didn't issue. I went through the processes of my courses, everything, and it was issued to me. So it's a different thing altogether. It's not the same. All my documents are there, and they're there for public to see, and also to be testified in courts.
Why you? I mean, there are other candidates in this election. You're not even the governorship candidate. You're the deputy governorship candidate.
I don't know why, honestly. I can't say why, but we know our strengths in Anambra politics. We know our strengths, we know our capacities, we know our capabilities. When in Anambra is when they think you have something to offer, they attack you. I always take it to maybe football field. And nobody attacks someone that is not having the ball. Once you have the ball, all attacks will be. But I'm going on board with this attack. I mean, it's becoming so intentional, because it's becoming so, something that somebody will just want to do. I'm not a candidate. This is the first time I'm seeing where all barrage of attacks should be on a deputy governor. I mean, but it's okay, it's fine. We are slugging it out. I'm so used to them. One thing about running an election against men is that they have so much to attack a woman as, especially sleeping with a man, going up and down and all of that. Once they say that, what else would they tell their fellow man that they're sleeping with a woman? So we are used to all those, stories and all of that. But it has never really deterred anybody. They told those stories, and I got to the position of my career, in the bank. They told all those stories, and I won this House of Reps twice. They told the same stories. I got to the Senate. It's like the story is even helping me, to get to where God wants me to be. One thing in life is that, two things: work hard and put it in prayers. No amount of fabrication, storytelling, blackmail, slander can destroy your hard work. I've been a member of House of Reps for 8 years. My colleagues that I worked with cannot tell you Yomi is a lazy woman. They will tell you this is a very hardworking legislator. This is a perfect legislator. This is a legislator, of course, that had the interest of her constituents when she was there. In the Senate, the same thing. My colleagues in the Senate will tell you that, no, don't mess with her. This is a very serious legislator. So what stories are you telling? You're telling to those who know me. That is why the stories are not making sense. They're not adding up. They're not adding up because the people you want to hear the story, those people know me one way or the other. I'm a nationalist today in this country. I'm not a small person.
Do you feel threatened in the course of your campaigns? I've heard a few things from opposition parties raising concerns as to how they are being stifled. Do you feel threatened? Do you feel a threat to life? Is your campaign going smoothly, or are you hindered?
We are seeing spate of political killing we've never saw before in Anambra State. They have murdered 2 APC ward chairmen in the last two weeks. That's very unfortunate. You know, the killing is becoming on daily basis. People cannot have meeting now without calling police or calling security people to come and stay there. It has never happened before. It's something everyone has to be concerned about. Because security is everything. If your security is not guaranteed, businesses cannot thrive. No social life can thrive. Schools cannot be there. Major stakeholders will not, even investors will run away. So let us know that, if we continue to, portray this kind of, or allow this kind of trajectory to continue in Anambra State, not only that it will affect the economic activities, it will also affect the fabrics of our foundation.
Very well, then let's talk about governance in Anambra State, because you seek to kick out a political party that's been there the whole time. I dare say it's the APGA is almost referred to as the Anambra Party.
Yes.
What exactly is it that is wrong with Anambra State with regard to governance, especially under Governor Chukwuma Soludo, that you think that your party wants to come in and address?
Of course, we are going to improve on what is happening on ground. You can't really say that the current governor hasn't done anything. Of course, they have done their best. In everything is to compare what they are doing with what they are receiving and what they ought to have done. The answer is that they have not performed, to our expectations. He started well, of course. I was one of the persons that commended him when he started. But at a point, the outcome started declining in terms of security. Today, go to Anambra State, you enter the bushes. You see skulls everywhere. People don't come home anymore. Those that come to Anambra State come, do what they want to do, and run out of the state. So for me, we need to put more efforts in security. And it starts to be a tripartite thing. Community, local government, and state. Because this security issue is becoming too locally domiciled. So we must come with strategy that will ensure that we uproot it from the system, from the grassroots level. First of all, we're going to strengthen the local government administration by changing the law of Anambra State law, extending it to 4 years, single term, so that they will have enough time to plan and execute and marshal out the security issues. We're also going to strengthen the leadership of the communities through the president generals and the traditional institutions. These are the people that live around that place, and we are going to employ technology-driven, to ensure that we use technology to pursue and get this security matter abated. But most importantly, we're going to spend so much, we're going to heap so much on intelligence gathering. We are fighting on conventional war. And in conventional war, you don't know who your enemy is. But your enemies may be people around you. So we must encourage people to come up with information. And for you to do that, you must encourage them by giving them stipends. So we'll ensure that we involve people to deal with issues of security. Then legislation. We are going to introduce 2 legislation in the State Assembly that can help us, ensure that we have cameras in different locations, in different places, that will enable us to trap online real time with this crime when it happens. So we will use legislation, we'll use technology, we'll use a tripartite arrangement with community, local government, and state to ensure that we deal with issues of security.
Well, when you talk about security, how about the Anambra security outfit, which was established? I know that governors would say that they don't control the security agencies. So you find some governors establishing their own regional security outfits to address. Isn't that a good step for this
administration? No, it's a very good one. Yeah, one thing is establishing a security outfit. Another one is that, are you equipping them? Are you funding them? Are you training them? Because if you see what is happening in Anambra today, as if those people you have organized to serve the people, and now the people killing the same people that are self-guiding. So training is very critical. Training is very paramount. It's not just bringing somebody, giving the person the gun. You have to train the person, ensure that the person is constantly upgraded in knowledge. Knowledge is encompassing, and it's something that goes on every day. You can't just bring on professionals and put them on the road to train. One, there are certain things that are not expected to do by being overdrunk and carrying gun. So all those things, then equipping them with the machineries, the equipment, they need the equipment, they need the conducive, they need a good pay. You need to pay them well because these are people taking risk on behalf of the state government. So Anambra Vigilante Services is a very welcome development, but the fact remains, how do you use them? Do you equip them? Do you pay them well? Do you, train them? These are the issues. We need to come in to ensure that not the vigilante we are going to inherit, that we are going to continue with. We will inherit them, but we are going to refurbish them. We're going to rehabilitate them. We're going to train them. We're going to modernize them. We're going to equip them. We're going to ensure that they become professional in dealing with issues of crime.
Anambra State under Soludo has been praised for infrastructure development.
Yeah.
I just asked you what the concerns are with regard to governance in Anambra, and I noticed that you only spoke about security.
The infrastructure is okay. He's opening up the roads, of course. He's, of course, opening up a lot of places by dualizing our roads and all of that. But there's something we call governance with empathy. Government is about the people. That is why they say democracy. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And who are those people? Those we are leading. And you must lead them with empathy. Government cannot stand up to this. So I'm going to dualize this road. You start hitting and start pulling down people's wealth down without considering that those people you're pulling down are those people you're leading. We must do engagements. There must be community engagement. All the projects we're going to carry out, we would even at the ones that are, of course, that will affect some investors, because we're looking for investors. We will be able to engage them. So he is doing that. But quality of the road is what matters. A situation where the roads are being done, before you get to the middle of the same road, you have started repairing them from beginning. You have started repairing them. That's not a quality job. We have neighboring states. We also know the quality of jobs that are doing in those areas. We have Abia, we have Enugu, we have Imo, we have Ebonyi. So we are in an era where people compare, and you can't stop people from comparing. I went to Senate, for instance. I won't stop people from comparing me with my predecessors and my successor. I can't stop people. I won't also stop people from comparing my successor in the House of Reps and my predecessor in the House of Representatives when I served there. So you can't stop people from comparing. It's through comparison that you get the best.
Absolutely.
And be able to put yourself in a position to make a good choice when you have the opportunity to do that. So in terms of infrastructure, construction of roads and all of that, fine. But to what quality are you giving us?
Okay. And
what is the cost implication of that road? There is the cost implication of that road. Does it merit it? So we have to look at it. We are in a situation where people don't ask questions. That this phone is 100,000. Does this phone worth the 100,000? That this is 10,000. Does it worth the 10,000? So we have to begin to appraise the information given to us vis-a-vis the knowledge that we have. So in terms of infrastructure, of course, then road construction is not the only infrastructure in the States. We have to talk about health.
It's not doing well in healthcare?
Healthcare is not just painting a structure and say this is health center.
I saw a place where they said that he's established 30 cervical cancer screening centers and has recruited at least 1,000 medical personnel.
Well, when we say those things on the papers, we want to see that happening. We want I want us to be a practical government.
There are no 30 cervical
No, it's
cancer
not about
centers.
having them. It's about the workability of what you have on ground.
But I'm asking, do they exist?
I don't know. I haven't seen. Even if they exist, do they function? I come from a community.
There's
Listen,
none in your community.
I am not a foreigner. I come from Anambra State. Both my parents' home and my husband's place and all of that. I expect to see, if you say you have a well-equipped health center. I want to see a health center that I work in. I will get treated. And after getting the treatment, I'll get subsidized drugs. And I'll have someone to at least care for me, to check up on me, to know. Health centers in communities, the sense of having them in the communities is to reduce the struggle, the stress of common man living in the community to go very far away to get treatment. So if that benefit is not guaranteed, what is the point? That you enter health center, you not see any medical person to attend to you, you will not see any drugs, the lights are not there, the environment is very dirty. Instead of you getting treated, you even contacted disease in the process. No, our government will be a government of the people. Our government will be a government that we will go to the grassroots and get them to understand that they have a listening and a government that cares for them. For me, what an average person in the village wants: one, health, accessibility to healthcare, affordable healthcare, and also a subsidized drugs to reduce the stress and also to help the downtrodden in the village. People also want to have access to quality education and affordable education. You can't say I'm giving scholarship. Meanwhile, parents are contributing money to pay for books, to pay for remuneration for teachers, and also to pay for maybe logistics of chalks, beer ball. What is this free education there? There's no free education. This school has to be equipped. Then if the students are getting free education, you know they're getting the real free education. Not free education that, they're not paying school fees, but through the back, they're paying more than school fees.
Is that what's happening in Anambra?
That's what's happening in Anambra. That's what's going on in Anambra.
Well, how is it then that Professor Soludo is being commended for his strides in education?
Look at the rating from
33 out of 36.
33 out of 30. For the first time. For the first time. Let me tell you, it's not about rhetorics. It's not about rhetorics. Time has come when we have to be accountable. It's not about telling stories, jumping up and down. You know, once you're a sitting government, so many things, of course, go for you. Yeah. Psychophants will be praising you, even though when they come behind you and say a lot of things, then they will come and praise you and all of that. But we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, we know, for you as a woman, I want to know how you deal with politics, because I think you're just about the most persistent woman in politics.
Yeah.
You've been in politics since 2003 or thereabout. You've gone to the House, you've gone to the Senate, and in a world where you 2007, and in a world where politics is dominated by men, how do you stay?
It's not easy for a strong woman to be. It depends. Everything depends on environment. My environment may not be the same with someone from Kano or someone from Lagos. I am in an environment that is very competitive. If you are fighting and contesting against a man, if you win the man, you are in trouble. If you don't win the man, you are in trouble. The man will be in trouble because, why did you even dare me? Oh, why should a woman defeat me? You are in trouble. If the man wins you, why did he even try to contest against me? It's another trouble. So, but you cannot, because of what people will say, and you don't try your ambition. Every ambition is born out of service. Every of my ambition is born out of service. And I'm happy I've exhibited it in the areas where people gave me their mandate to represent them. So nobody will come out today to say Yomi is a selfish politician. I am not one. I did myself. I gave all. In the House of Reps, I gave all. In the Senate, I gave all. So nobody will tag me as a non-performer. It's not possible. So in the competition with men, that you know the kind of things they will heap on you as a woman. So eyes on the ball. Those things sometimes it go low. I mean, it makes you sad. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, you know, it makes you feel, oh, why don't I leave these people and quit? I don't say, okay, you can't quit. You still have to struggle it out. After all, the people that know you know you. those that don't know, those that want to believe those things will consciously want to believe because they want to believe, not that they don't know the truth. So you cannot say because somebody is after you, you will not go out to try what you believe in. So what has kept me in the system, one, is my belief that I am seeking for my rights. It is my right to contest for election if I want to. Two, I'm not doing it based on personal interest. I'm doing it because I need a platform to serve my people and continue to serve them. One thing about government is that no matter what you want to do as an individual to alleviate poverty, to help people, there's a limit to what you can do. But when you have a platform of government, it gives you more mileage, more opportunity to deal with issues that ordinarily as an individual you will not be able to meet up with. So I am very happy that I am doing what I am convinced that I'm doing. I'm not doing it to hurt anybody, God knows. I'm only just doing because this is democracy. We are practicing constitutional democracy. All political parties must have candidates, no matter how good you are. No matter how good, even if you feel you must go unopposed, you can only go unopposed in your own political party. You can't stop people from going to their party to contest the election. So I see this should be a brotherhood thing. Anybody that wins, others will embrace the person. It's about our state. Everything is about our state. But when people take it too personal, that they want to destroy your reputation because they're running an election, tomorrow we are brothers and sisters. Tomorrow I may be the one that they need my help, or I need their help. So there must be a limit to what we can say and do in the quest to grab it, the quest to get into position to serve.
Absolutely. Since I'm speaking with you as a woman who's been really consistent with politics, I want to get your thoughts briefly on this special seats bill. I'm sure you're familiar with it, that seeks to increase the number of women in parliaments, one for each state. Since you've experienced the challenge of politics as a woman consistently, what do you say to this bill?
The bill is a welcome development. Actually, it was championed by the first, championed by the former House of Reps. Yes, Chairman, Women Affairs, the current Minister of State for Labour, Kirukonye Georgia. It's a welcome development if they can pass it. But I can advise, it can only be passed using political will. Because the men in the Senate and House of Reps will not say anything, they will keep quiet. But when you put it to vote, they will say no. So it needs a political will to deal with it. Maybe presidency, the wife, the speaker, the Senate president coming together to see the reason for that bill to pass through. So we need more political will to deal with it than just moving motion and moving bills. And there's also one thing I want to say in Anambra. I must commend one Honorable Ejike, who sponsored a bill on apprenticeship. Igbo boy. That's a very laudable act of the State Assembly Parliament. It's one of the things our government would like to do. Want to use government platform to promote the Igbo boy, the apprenticeship. Because people will look at paper qualification all the time. It's not about paper qualification. In most advanced countries, all the big guys that are not graduates, or look at the volume, quantum of businesses that are controlling all over the world. Even in Anambra State, we have people like Innocent, Chikasin, Ibeto, Dozie Oil, and all of them. Are not doctors in terms of academic qualification, but look at the conglomerates that are controlling today. They say Igbo people are billionaires on this Igbo boy system. But because of this, the sales boys have taken over the Igbo boy system. We're not producing the number of billionaires we used to produce. Because usually one man can carry 20 people, train them over 5 years, 6 years, settle them, they'll go and do their own settle orders. So we use the government platform to support it and sustain it and grow it. We're also going to have a liaison office in major countries. Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, China, London, Britain. We're going to have liaison office, Anambra liaison offices to promote our trade, to promote the trade and promote export from Anambra State, because we're going to invest hugely on agriculture when we come in. So we will have a very good, leveraging on our sister that is the DG World Trade Organization, to do all of that. So we are going to do all of that, to promote our local investors.
Very well. And just as we say goodbye...
local producers.
Local producers. Just as we say goodbye, I want to get your thoughts on something. I want to know the level of confidence you have as this election comes up. And the reason I ask this is there seems to be some formal handshake between the governor and the president, who is your...
our president?
Your president.
Jagaban.
Exactly, because I know he was in Anambra State.
Yeah.
He's also received the governor in Abuja, and the governor has praised his economic policies. And the way we've seen politics in the last year, it almost suggests, and also, of course, the Minister of Works has said that the entire Southeast
is supporting
Mr. President. So when you put all these together and you're running on the platform of the APC, I dare to ask you what level of confidence you have, and if you do have, indeed, the support of the President.
Mr. President is doing very well in terms of the way he has taken the economy of this country, what he met on ground, and what the economy is today. And he has been able to stabilize the economy. At least you can. The investors know the status of Nigerian economy now, so that they can come in to invest than speculation. So he has been able to stabilize the economy of this country. So Southeast governors coming together to endorse him is not a surprise. Every right-thinking person in this country today must endorse President Ahmed Tinubu Jagaban. Then coming to say relationship with him and our governor coming to our state and all of that. He's the president of this country. Our governor is the governor, Professor Soludo is the governor of Anambra State. And there's no way he will have a program that Mr. President is supposed to come as the head of subnational. President will not come. Yeah, but that does not translate into him being the candidate of APC. Mr. President is the president and the leader of APC in Nigeria today. And being the leader of APC, he cannot have a product he's selling. He has a product. He will warehouse his products and go and sell another person's product. How can he be?
You expect him to be...
How can he be? I expect him to support his party.
Would you expect him to be at the rally, the
rally? It doesn't go for rally. I haven't seen anyone that he attended, actually. I think he's always the vice president that attends the rally or governors. I haven't seen him in any rally. He's a very busy man. I don't see what he's looking for in a rally. Rally is just party rallies. Now, once the national chairman is there and some stakeholders of the party are there, it's enough. So looking for Mr. President in a rally will be an overstatement. Anyway, I don't expect him to be, because I haven't seen him in any, But for the fact that we are running an election, that he has a product in the market, he cannot warehouse his product. And go and start selling another man's product. I don't think so. I expect Mr. President to support us. I expect him to support us because we're great politicians. And we also understand the economy of the state. We also have so much to bring on board if we win. And I believe Anambra people will be happy because we lead people not just changing the fortunes of the people. We will lead people with empathy. People will see that our government will be government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We will be true what you call democratic governance, and that's what I'm going to be. Mr. President is supporting us. The impression that Mr. President is not supporting us is not true. If the president is not supporting us, who will support us? He's the leader of the party. He's the head of the party and the head of government. He cannot have his product in the market and he will not buy his product. He will go and buy another person's product. That would be very unfair. So nothing has suggested up to today that he's not supporting us. Everything is showing that Mr. President is supporting us, he's standing by us, he's standing for us, and he's praying for us.
Senator Ochekunife, thank you very much for coming on Politics.
Thank you so much.
And good luck with the elections and the campaign.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Well, welcome back. That was Senator Ochekunife, the deputy governorship candidate of the APC in the forthcoming Anambra governorship election. Let's continue the conversation now with the Anambra election, this time with the governorship candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party. He's a retired Army colonel, he is a professor and an architect, Jeffrey Onyejegbu. Welcome to Political Paradigm.
My pleasure, as always.
How is it in Anambra State? I mean, I've just come off a conversation with Senator Ochekunife where she said that there was some tension in Anambra State because of the election. Last week when I spoke with Chief Victor Oye on this, he said there was no tension. So I'm going to throw that to you and find out if there's let's get a third opinion now. What's the situation in Anambra State?
Well, Anambra, as usual, is the heartbeat of the nation. And being the heartbeat of the nation, if anybody tells you that something is not happening there, I don't think the person is correct. Things are happening. We are in the campaign mood, and I can always tell you that what trended most was when some party candidates decided to leave the campaign on issues, campaign on ideas, and then now dwelled on issue that borders on
Personal matters?
Yes, Gota-related things that ought not to be what the Anambra would be expecting from them. So that trended, and I, in many media stations, had called out on them to please drop those things that these are not what the Anambra are expecting. They're expecting to hear how their lot will be bettered, to get back to the campaign issues. And I think for a week or so now, it has simmered down, and I will want it to continue. I'm happy you have been calling every interest stakeholders, from the party in power, from the opposition party, to come and weigh in on the way and the road to November 8, 2025.
So does it suggest now that in Anambra State, calm has been restored? There's no more tension in the state?
I think reasonably, in the last 7 days, 10 days, the calls some of us made in media stations across the country has started yielding fruit.
Okay, that's good to know. But let me ask you, with regard to the atmosphere, campaign atmosphere, does it seem like a level playing field? Is it fair for all parties involved as the campaign progresses?
Yeah, very fair. Anambra is a state that is most unique. Unique in the sense that the party in power in the state is not the party in power in the national level. Now, the other opposition parties, you can imagine Labour is there with Mr. Peter Obi. What he did in the last election. He's another leg from these two legs, not being in power in the state, not being in power at the center. You understand? Then, of course, my party is the third largest in the country, NNPP. We're the third largest party. We're also there. And
you're a retired Army colonel. So I think one of your interests would be security. And Anambra State in recent years has been experiencing some form of insecurity. That was further buttressed by Ekunife when I spoke with her. What are your thoughts on how it's being handled by the government?
First, the insecurity situation in Anambra State is very grave. The arrangement and the address from the government is very abysmal. And but I don't blame the governor, really. I make excuses for him. Why? He's not trained. He has no experience. He has no knowledge of what to do. And I don't think he sought the help of those who have the background and the training and the experience. In 2021, I aspired in APC, and I remember using a very coinage that has been so much used that the cliche is really running out of use. I said then, and that I will approach the security issues in Anambra State using both kinetic and non-kinetic approaches. I had over time progressively followed the trend of the insecurity, and then I have really changed from having the non-kinetic approach. This time, I changed everything to what I call boot on the ground. Because then it was just in developing stage, but now it is full-blown. To the extent that some of our communities are completely sacked. We're talking about the communities like Mbosi, Lilu, Osumohu, Owerezukala. The people are, sacked by these non-state actors. And I think that anybody that is worth of his salt, that knows what he's doing as a governor, should move government house, I repeat, with emphasis, move government house in rotation to these 4 towns. Go and habit there with the criminal bandits and rout them out. And I do not think whoever cannot speak the language, where I come from, I said it takes the shrine keeper to know how to feed the shrine. So it takes the man who has the skill, the knowledge, to know the languages to speak to the security agencies, the military, the DSS, the police. If you don't have that knowledge, if you don't have that training, if you don't have that experience, you can't communicate properly with them. And they cannot even understand you. And then you will not achieve anything. So I have 4 unique skill sets, very rare, unique skill sets. Number 1 is security, background and training experience that I have. I was a brigade commander in Mokale, but I was a GOC in 2 divisions. I was the military attaché of this country in Washington, D.C. So local, national, and international. You understand? I have the training, I have this experience, and I don't think there's any in the field that is so equipped. Then the second skill set that is very unique and very rare is that I am a commerce-driven person. As a matter of fact, I was one of the biggest importers at the time at Alaba International Market. My shop number was H104. And then I have a friend that will always say you can always go and verify. So in verifying if what I'm saying is not as it is, people like Patrick Chido Olue of Chelsea, who are all contemporaries in Alaba, G.C. Mweze, owner of the Grand Square here from Ukulu, is one of those that we interfaced when we were doing the electronic business.
Okay.
Then the third unique skill set, I want to give the 4 because we'll get to them.
All right.
The third unique skill set, when I say unique, it's unique to the person, to me, is edupreneur. Edupreneur is that I am not just only an academic, I am also doing the business of education. I own KB International Academy, and we have started from creche through nursery, primary, secondary, and our university license is in the pipeline. And then finally, I am an architect. Being an architect, when you hear Dubai, African Dubai, Taiwan, I could imagine somebody was just dreaming, or after flipping through some magazines, or even visit to Dubai and saw those tall buildings, the Bujurat, the Burj Khalifa, and then he thought he could just come and replicate same in Anambra. But after 3 years, we could see that he does not have the knowledge, the training, and the background again to do that.
Okay. Prof, the difference between you and Governor Soludo is that he served the people, and so he would be presenting, as he is doing now, his achievements and why he needs re-election. You have a hat that says, make Anambra great again.
Sure.
So I'm going to ask you, under Chukwuma Soludo, what areas do you fault him that you think you want to improve on?
Professor Chukwuma Soludo, sorry again, if you see, I said Professor Chukwuma Soludo, I didn't say His Excellency, and I have a reason for that. Not saying His Excellency is that he's an academic like me, and we know when a child performs below 30%, you don't give him an excellent grade. So if you don't see me refer to him as His Excellency, it's because in my score, I marked him low. he scored below 30%. Now, you ask the difference, what you understand. I expected that if he has things to campaign with, it should be what he has done, as against where he is in Anambra State and to the next level where he wants to take Anambra State. But because he had nothing to campaign with, you're telling me, oh, I did a government house that was not done for so many years. That is a house we are living in. And like so many people said, I am an architect.
He said he's done so much in the health sector. Cancer screening centers. He's employed, I think, 1,000 doctors. He's employed 5,000 teachers in the education sector. He's upgraded schools in the state. Are those not?
In much as we tried to verify most of those things, and then we didn't get them as they were reeled out. We decided to look at things that are tangible that you can hold. You understand? We couldn't get a hold on that because my team, we were working on every aspect of, you understand, life, social sectors. Is it education? Is it health? You understand? And we couldn't verify that much. So I wouldn't say they lied. I wouldn't say it is there, but we could not verify them. We tried, but we didn't get the figures as they were reeled out.
How about infrastructure?
Now, that's exactly where I wanted to say something.
Okay.
Now, you did government house. By scale of priority, you understand, where I live as a governor, is it not me who had been telling people that as a governor, because of insecurity, government house will be moved to Osumohu. Government house will move to Lilu, the forest of Lilu. Government house will move to the forest of Owerezukala, the forest of Umbos. You understand? So to me, I do not attach any priority to the accommodation of where air conditioner and lights are. Because I can't see where I can put it in a priority scale to the needs of Anambra. I am talking about what is uppermost. So if you go do government house, I am questioning your priority. How do you play? Is it your comfort against the security of Anambra? Which one comes first? Then you move from that. You did an amusement park, Fun City. I am like, fine, well, good for the children in Oka. But what of children in Onitsha, that is a bigger city? Nnewi, that is the commercial and industrial hub of the state. And then other here like Kulobi and the rest. What about the children in those places? So I am finding it difficult not to fault his sense of priority. Now, you are doing a flyover somewhere, you understand, just to impress your people, okay? How much revenue does that place you placed a flyover, you understand, to solve the traffic problem? How much internally generated IGR revenue do that location as against Nnewi or Onitsha? Well, Onitsha had some, but Nnewi had none, you understand? Oka had some. So I think, again, the issue of priority, you understand. I keep having to say this, that I have so much regard and respect for some of our previous governors, somebody like Mr. Pitobi, you understand. I noted that he never started anything in Agolo or Anocha until 6 months to the end of his 8 years tenure. That is when he started what he did there. So, but if you from day one just start from your place, you are bound to make the kind of mistakes he has made. You understand? Now, Chris Ngige, also a past governor of the state, done wonderfully well. The roads he did, solid roads. You understand? By the way, Peter did a lot of internal korokoro roads that, you come from a back road from Ichi, through Midi John, you're already in Oka, bypassing Onitsha. 30, 35 minutes. He did it in most places in the state. Then
Is
I don't care.
Soludo not embarking on road projects? Because it seems
Yeah,
like he's...
you see, most of the...
Even the Columbia that you mentioned, clearly he's also awarded the 37.95 billion naira project for that. It's a
And that is where he
bridge.
is doing the flyover. And I am questioning the priority in that place compared to where you are getting the money. Most of the money you use in the state are from IGR. You can't live in Newi for crying out aloud and say your first choice will be a club around where you come from. You understand? You will go to where the money basket, where you're getting the money.
You know one thing...
Now, I had wanted to say this before we just finished, when I was saying some of our previous governors. You look at someone like Obiano. I don't care what anybody said. Each time I fly that airport in Umueri, I just felt, let's keep having governors like Obiano. I don't care what people say, but this is my opinion. That if in whatever they say, he can give us that airport, you understand? Let every governor come and give us something similar to that. I think I mentioned two of them.
What is your priority for the people of Anambra?
My priority...
I say this because the PCL rating put Anambra State at 34, which the government has, countered now, at 34 of one of the worst states to live in Nigeria.
Okay. You see, let me share this with you. Anambra State is the least land, per square miles or square kilometers, okay, the 35th. I think Lagos State brought the bottom, followed by Anambra State. Now, if you ask me in infrastructure, what I am going to do, from day one, I will give 6 months to issue of security. Once I secure the state secured, which I know from what I have told you, given the models I have worked over years, the first infrastructure that I will do is what you call the Straßenbahn. The Germans call the Straßenbahn, that the street train. I'll start from Oka to Onitsha, through Newi to Ihiala, then jump across the spur to Umunze, okay, in Orumba South, and then come back to Ekulobia, and then through Nanka to Oka back. Now, you will stay anywhere, like you can stay in Ichi, in Ekusigo, and you're a civil servant in Oka, you commute by the street trains. It is not a rocket science. Anambra State, the GDP is 5.6 trillion. It's number 6 in the state. And with even a GDP to a capital income ratio of $2,002, we are one of the highest. Therefore, I cannot really understand if you're a governor, things like this will be a problem for you to do. So you have added security and the infrastructure.
Okay, very well. As we say goodbye here, I just want to find out from you what your level of confidence is going into this election against the APC at the national level, fielding a candidate in Anambra State. APGA has always held sway. People have described it as the Anambra Party. And then there's the Labour Party, and then PDP. Where does NNPP come in all these, and what's your level of confidence?
You see, NNPP brings the required fresh air that is needed in all this. And then I have a wonderful candidate in me. I didn't know I'm this wonderful until the sitting vice president, Osibajo. We are on live national program, and Osibajo is alive. You understand? Until after 14 of us who were candidates in APC in 2021, we are made to have 2 minutes to pitch on our manifesto, who we are and what program we have for the state. Osibajo was seated as the vice president. We had some of our governors. Kenan Namani, also alive, is still alive, was the leader of the Southeast. After I finished, I think I was second to the last person. After I finished speaking, Osinbajo just threw protocol, Vice President Osinbajo threw protocol and caution to the wind. He now said, what Colonel, then I have not said lecturing, what Colonel Dr. Architect Geoffrey Onyejebu has no shelf life, either in Walmart or in ShopRite, meaning that you can't buy them off the shelf. That he now turned to Ken, I will hold you personally responsible if he does not emerge as a candidate of the party. Before he said that, 3 days before he said that, there is this honorable House member called Emeke Nwobo. He was representing Awka North and South Federal Constituency. Emeke Nwobo, after screening the entire candidates, or aspirants at the time, said the only person that can debate, because Soludo has already picked APGA ticket, Professor Chukuma Soludo has already picked APGA ticket, that the only person that can debate him, in fact, is Colonel Professor Geoffrey Onyejebu, that I will chew him like crackers biscuits.
We're definitely looking
you understand?
forward to it.
There are so many schemes to skim some of us off because they know those that can. You know the sham we had in 2021, we don't want to have it. I've told them my party is the third largest party. Anyhow you want to do it, I'll be there. If you want to do the entire 14, 15 of us, I'll be there. If you want to do 3, I'll be there.
Prof, I'd like to thank you very much for coming on Political Paradigm.
Thank you, Terry.
And I wish you well as you go on with this.
I thank you. I keep referring you as legendary Terry.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
For your kind words.
Nigerians, thank you. Anambra, thank you all.
You're most welcome. I've been speaking with Professor Geoffrey Onyejebu. He's also a retired Army colonel and an architect. If you'd like to catch the entire interview, again, please go to YouTube and search Political Paradigm or simply go to channelstv.com. I'm Terry Kumi. Goodbye.